Hello there, it's Phil in. Time for a poetry pause. This is poem number 3 in what's known as the Bulletin debate. The Bulletin debate's a series of 9 poems between Henry Lawson, a couple of other guys, and also Banjo Patterson to make a quid. It's as simple as that. This is Edward Dyson's take on it. Where he's defending the bush, same as taking the same stance as Henry Lawson. Anyway, it's called The Fact of the Matter. I'm wondering why those fellas who go building chipper ditties bout the rosy times outdroven and the dust and death of cities don't sling the bloomin' office, strike some drover for a billet, and soak up all the glory that comes handy while they fill it. Perhaps it's fun to travel cattle or to picnic with merinos, but the drover don't catch on, sir, not much high-class rapture, he knows. As for sleeping on the plains, there is the shadow of speargrass that's spet like best by the jiggins with a spring bed and a pier glass. And the campfire and the freedom and the blanky constellations, the possum rug and billy and the togs and stale old rations. It's strange they're only raved about by coves that dress up pretty and sport a wife and live on slap-up tucker in the city. I've tickled beef in my time clear from Clark to Riverina and shifted sheep all round the shop. But blow me, I've never seen a single blanky hand who didn't bucket pleasures of his kidney and wouldn't trade his blisses for a flutter down in Sydney. Night watches are delightful when the stars are really splendid to the chap who's fresh upon the job, but you bet his rapture's ended when the rain comes down in sluice heads or the cutting hailstones pelter and the sheep drift off before the wind, and the horses strike for shelter. Don't take me for a howler, but I find it come annoying to hear these fellas rave about the pleasures we're enjoying, when perhaps we've nothing better than some fluky water handy, and they're right on in all their liquors, rum and plenty beer and brandy. The town is dusty, maybe, but it isn't worth the curses. Side the dust of fellow swallows and the blinded, thirsty nurses. When he's on the hard macadam where the jumbucks cannot browse, and the wind is in his whiskers, and he follows 20,000. This droving on the plain, too, it's all okay when the weather isn't hot enough to curl the soles right off your upper leather, or so cold that when the morning wind comes hissing through the grasses, you can feel it cut your eyelids like a whiplash as it passes. Then there's bullets in the blankets and a lame horse and mosquitoes and a DT boss like Halligan or one like Humpy Peters, who is mean about the tucker and can curse from start to sundown and can fight like 50 devils, and whose growlers never run down. Yes, I wonder why the fellas that go building chipper ditties bout the rosy times outdroven and the dust and death of cities don't sling the bloomin' office, strike old Peters for a billet, and soak up all the glory that comes handy while they fill it. Edward Dyson. That's his original version from 1892. He did do another version in 1896, which is a lot easier to read. But anyway, that's the third poem in 9. Tomorrow's Henry Lawson's big one.